All right, it's Friday night and I'm feeling all right. I did some spring cleaning today. It felt like spring out here in California. The sun was shining. They were doing chemtrails earlier, yeah. And some of us started sneezing after a while. It didn't rain, didn't get windy. Oh, my body, it hurts. I found some potatoes that had some eyes on them. So I decided to cut them up and then plant them in the backyard. And then plant some other geraniums on top. So, so nobody goes over there. Anyways, hey, I did some funky little colors in my hair. Gold. And I did I don't know, I think it was a fiery red. And then there was a purpley red. Just for fun. You know, not like I have that much time on my hands, but I did go to work today and that worked out really well. And then I was able to pick up a ton of mail, which I've got to pick up. I got to start opening all this mail. I have a lot of mail to open. I got a few things from the Attorney General, which basically I have deducted that they do not work for the individual. They will receive your informant complaints, but they want to get a whole bunch of them before they actually do anything. So you are better off, I think, in my estimation, to go through the CFPB, which is that Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. What do I got going on? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I was just wondering what that was. I have a heater plugged in and there's a thing. So so yeah, I did get from the Attorney General something, another company that I wasn't aware of, or bureau. It's got to do with automotive repair. And I guess if you have had any issues, like what I discovered, I was trapped, basically. I was trapped at different car automotive places. Maybe about 5 or 7 of them. And it was funny. I got so desperate at one time. I was like, just like, okay, let me look at the back of my passport. There's a phone number. I'm going to call it. I'm going to tell them I'm trapped. I'm in a cold, dark room. They go, are you in the United States? I go, yeah. They said, call the police. I'm like, what are the police going to do? They say, well, we don't have an embassy in the States. I'm like, well, what are you good for? I wanted to find out if the passport has insurance for traveling, because I couldn't buy a car without commercial insurance. They wouldn't let it get off the lot. Anyways, I have a couple of offers on the table. They do want to sell me a car, of course. They want to get me in some type of a scheme. Take all my money and keep running my credit like crazy. I have about, I don't know, 6, 7 bank inquiries. Yeah, each time it keeps lowering down your credit score too. So I did write to the CFPB about Experian and how it's such a racket. This is like the social credit score in China. Seriously, for sure. Those 3 credit agencies are not bureaus. They are not the government. They're companies. The CFPB is a bureau. That's government. So I got to typing up a nice long complaint last night about Experian. I believe that I actually am being retaliated against. And it's interesting because when I talked to my one credit card company. They said, oh yeah, Experian, they contact us and they tell us that we should reduce people's credit limits, credit balances. And I told one of my Telegram friends, he says, was it down to $300 or 300? I go, yeah. He says, that's their code. I'm like, really? That's like the least amount that you're not paying it back or something like that. I'm like, is that a code? I put it on the CFPB report. Is that a certain code or something? Anyways, I thought I would like to try to swat some flies first and then go on my email because I saw something. I don't want to really share the screen yet. Let me see. How do I go about doing this? Hang on a second. Okay, so Doug, my friend Doug, I met through the California Assembly. He just shared with me UCC9-609 and UCC9-619. So maybe we should read that. Let's see what that means. Let me find it. Hang on a second. All right, so let me share the screen and let's see what this is all about, you guys. Hey, it says secured parties' right to take possession after default. Hey, ooh, what does it mean? Let me go ahead and read it. A, possession, rendering equipment unusable, disposition on debtor's premises. Oh. After default, a secured party, one, may take possession of the collateral. Hey, paper chattel? And two, without removal, may render equipment unusable and dispose of collateral on a debtor's premises under Section 9-610. Oh, you mean like at the car dealership? B, judicial and non-judicial process. Hey, a secured party may proceed under subsection A. 1, pursuant to judicial process, or 2, without judicial process if it proceeds without breach of the peace. C, assembly of collateral. If so agreed and in any event after default, a secured party may require the debtor to assemble the collateral and make it available to the secured party at a place to be designated by the secured party, which is reasonably convenient to both parties. Okay, so one scenario would be like when they, let's say you go to the car dealership and you sign some type of a loan thing and then you don't make a payment. Then the secured party business, like the car dealership, they can repossess your car. That's one scenario. I guess another one would be if somebody was, I don't know, you were loaning somebody your car or something like a trailer or a boat or something and they stopped making payment, then you could definitely go and, get it. So that's what that looks like to me. Okay. I wonder if this also could go for when you buy a car. How do they default? How would the car dealership default? Well, I know fraud vitiates everything, so if they did something that was illegal, that could be considered a default, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. I want to go ahead and take possession of the collateral. Yeah, when I went to the car dealership a couple of weeks ago, they were attempting to put the car that I was purchasing as the collateral. And I said, no, the car is not the collateral. The paper chattel is the collateral. So he picked up the contract and walked into the next room to go ask his supervisor, I guess, whatever. Yeah, there's a sneaky over there. Okay, so let me try another one. Let's try the UCC9-609. Let's try that. Let's see what that's. Secure party. Transfer of record. Hey. Or legal title. Yeah. That sounds good. Let's see what this is all about. A transfer statement. In this section, transfer statement means a record authenticated by a secured party. I am a secured party. So does that mean that a record authenticated by me, the secured party, stating that the debtor, who's the debtor? The debtor has defaulted in connection with an obligation secured by specified collateral. Oh, this kind of sounds the same thing like the last one. I'm trying to see, Doug, how did you mean this exactly? I have a feeling that he meant it about your house, and it could be about your card. Excuse me. Number 2, that the secured party has exercised its post-default remedies, hey, with respect to the collateral. Oh, I guess that would be the notices, opportunity to cure. You are in default. Or what's that one? Dishonor letter, notice of dishonor. Yes. 3, that by reason of the exercise, a transferee has acquired the rights of the debtor in the collateral. And 4, the name and mailing address of the secured party, debtor, and transferee. B, effect of transfer statement. A transfer statement entitles the transferee to the transfer of record of all rights of the debtor in the collateral specified in the statement in any official filing, recording, registration, or certificate of title system covering the collateral. If a transfer statement is presented with the applicable fee, oh, it's always a fee, and request form to the official, or office responsible for maintaining the system, the one that we're trying to get out of. The official or the office shall, number 1, here's your job, accept the transfer statement. 2, promptly amend its records to reflect the transfer. And 3, if applicable, issue a new appropriate certificate of title in the name of the transferee. C, transfer, not a disposition. No relief of secured parties' duties. I don't know what that means. Anybody? Down in the comment section, please. C, transfer, not a disposition. No relief of secured parties' duties. I don't know what that means. A transfer of the record or legal title to collateral to a secured party under subsection B or otherwise is not of itself a disposition of collateral under this article and does not of itself relieve the secured party of its duties under this article. What exactly are the duties? I'd like to know. What are the duties of the secured party? Yeah, I'd like to know. What is there a school for that? Because I kind of need to know this stuff. All right. That was law.cornell.edu. Let me just go one, I don't know, let's go to 620. Let's try and see. Is there a 620? Boom. There is. What does this say? UCC9-620. Acceptance of collateral in full or partial satisfaction of obligation. Compulsory disposition of collateral. I don't exactly know what that means. A, conditions to acceptance. Hey. In satisfaction, except as otherwise provided in subsection G, a secured party may accept collateral in full or partial satisfaction of the obligation it secures. Oh. Only if, number one, the debtor consents to the acceptance. Oh. What? I have a feeling, and I'm wondering if maybe car dealerships are considered a secured party. And if you flip this, you know, instead of me being the secured party, I'm wondering if this has got to do with, let me see, the debtor consents to the acceptance under subsection C. 2, the secured party does not receive within the time set forth in subsection D a notification of objection to the proposal authenticated by a person to which the secured party was required to send a proposal under section 9-621. Oh, are we supposed to send proposals? B, any other person other than the debtor holding an interest. Holding an interest in the collateral subordinate to the security interest that is the subject of the proposal. If the collateral, this is 3. Oh, what's this? If the collateral is consumer goods, you mean like my car? The collateral is not in the possession of the debtor when the debtor consents to the acceptance. I wonder if this is like when you're at the car dealership and they're getting you to sign a contract and they're like putting your car at the top of it saying, by the way, if you don't pay, we're going to come and get it. Okay, are you okay with that? No, because it's consumer goods. Let me click on that for a second and see if something happens here. Ooh, what does this mean? 9-102, definitions and index of definitions, Article 9 definitions in this article. Accession means goods that are physically united with other goods in such a manner that the identity of the original goods is not lost. Account. Oh, let me see. Account debtor, accounting, authenticated by a secured party. B, indicated the aggregate unpaid secured obligations as of the date not more than 35 days earlier or 35 days later than the date of the record. And C, identifying the components of the obligations in reasonable detail. 5, agricultural lien means an interest in farm products, which secures payment or performance of an obligation for goods or services furnished in connection with the debtor's farming operation, or rent on real property leased by a debtor in connection with this farming operation, which is created by statute in favor of a person that, in the ordinary course of its business, furnished goods or services to a debtor in connection with the debtor's farming operation, or to leased real property to a debtor in connection with the debtor's farming operation, and C, whose effectiveness does not depend on the person's possession of the personal property. 6, as extracted collateral means oil, gas, or other minerals that are subject to a security interest that is created by a debtor having an interest in the minerals before extraction. And 2, or II, attaches to the minerals as extracted. Or B, accounts arising out of the sale at the wellhead or minehead of oil, gas, or other minerals. What about electricity? In which the debtor had an interest before extraction. Oh, okay, we're talking about dirt, right? Authenticate means to sign, or B, with present intent to adopt, or accept a record, to attach to or logically associate with the record an electronic sound, symbol, or process. That's weird. 8, bank means an organization that is engaged in the business of banking. The term includes savings banks, savings and loan associations, credit unions, and trust companies. 9, cash proceeds means proceeds that are money, checks, deposit accounts, or the like. 10, certificate of title means a certificate of title with respect to which a statute, or a state, provides for the security interest in question, to be indicated on the certificate as a condition or result of the security interests obtaining priority over the rights of a lien creditor with respect to the collateral. That's interesting. The term includes another record, maintained as an alternative to a certificate of title by the governmental unit that issues certificates of title if a statute permits the security interest in question to be indicated on the record as a condition or result of the security interests obtaining priority over the rights of a lien creditor with respect to the collateral. Chattel paper 11 means a record or records that evidence both a monetary obligation and a security interest in specific goods, a security interest in specific goods and software used in the goods, a security interest in specific goods and license of software used in the goods, a lease of specific goods or a lease of specific goods and license of software used in the goods. In this paragraph, monetary obligation means a monetary obligation secured by the goods or owed under a lease of the goods. What? What do you mean a lease? What do you mean? Owed? Owed under a lease of the goods? What? And includes a monetary obligation with respect to software used in the goods. Okay, we're talking about computer stuff, I think. The term does not include charters or other contracts involving the use or hire of a vessel. Or 2, records that evidence a right to payment arising out of the use of a credit or charge card or information contained on or for use with the card. If a transaction is evidenced by records that include an instrument or series of instruments, the group of records taken together constitutes chattel paper. And collateral means the property subject to a security interest or agricultural lien. The term includes proceeds, hey, to which a security interest attaches. Oh, right here, B, accounts, chattel paper, payment intangibles, and promissory notes, hello, that have been sold, hello. C, goods that are the subject of a consignment. Oh, that's interesting. Commercial tort claim means a claim arising in tort with respect to which the claimant is an organization or the claimant is an individual, and the claim arose in the course of the claimant's business or profession and does not include damages arising out of personal injury to or the death of an individual. Yikes. Commodity account means an account maintained by a commodity intermediary in which a commodity contract is carried for a commodity customer. A commodity contract means a commodity futures contract. An option on a commodity futures contract, a commodity option or other contract if the contract or option is A, traded on or subject to the rules of a board of trade that has been designated as a contract market for such a contract pursuant to federal commodities laws, or B, traded on a foreign commodity board of trade, exchange, or market and is carried on the books of commodity intermediary for commodity customer. 16. A commodity customer means a person for which a commodity intermediary carries a commodity contract on its books. 17. Commodity intermediary means a person that A, is registered as a futures commission merchant under federal commodities law, or B, in the ordinary course of its business, provides clearance or settlement services for a board of trade that has been designated as a contract market pursuant to federal commodities law. Oh, I have less than a minute. Well, I might have to read this at another time, but if I get cut off, we'll start here. Communicate means to send a written or other tangible record. To transmit a record by any means agreed upon by the person sending or receiving the record.